Hi, you guys. Welcome back to the Sing Confidently Live Creatively podcast. Estelle here. Today, I want to answer the question of will vocal exercises help me uncover or find my true singing voice? And if so, should I do? Okay, this was the question asked in the Facebook group, the currently called Singing Tips for Performing Artists on Facebook. You can go down to the show notes and click there to join if you aren't already in it. But when you join the Facebook group, there are a couple questions there. And one of them is like, what's the biggest question that you have as a singer? And that's really the main question. The other one is like for you to answer, what's your background? Like, are you a beginner singer? That kind of thing. But it's just for me to get to know you and because I want to create content that is specific to what you guys are actually wanting. So if you would like to, ask a question and get some of that answered either in the Facebook group or in the podcast, you can go to the Facebook group and check it out and, ask to join and answer that question and put in whatever your question is. But this person was asking what vocal exercises can I do to uncover my true voice, to find my true voice. And I thought about that because I was like, are there some magical vocal exercises? What exercises can we do to uncover our true voice? You know what I mean? And I've thought about this myself because I've also wanted to know what is my actual genuine sound? What is my true voice? And at the end of the day, what I realized is, and it's all really a perspective thing, right? But what I realized is your true voice is when you're singing at your most comfortable level, when you are most comfortable. And by comfortable, I don't mean you're not putting in any effort or you're not attempting to sing. Obviously, you need to have your power source, that is your breath. You need to have your resonator, that's your vocal tract that's your throat and your mouth. And then you need your vibrator, which are your vocal folds and your larynx, right? And so you have to have all those pieces in place to even produce sound. So there is effort that is needed from you as an individual, right? You have, of course, different muscles, intrinsic and extrinsic muscles of the larynx that are working in your neck and even in your back and your shoulders that are being engaged when you are singing, right? So it's not like you're not doing anything, but there is a comfort level of this feels really good in my voice and it sounds good to your ear, to the ear of your coach, etc. And I think that comfort level of where your voice, there's no strain, there's no tension, it feels easy, that is where you are really uncovering your true voice from my perspective, because I have sung I've sung in ways because I'm trying to mimic this person or I'm trying to sound like this person. And sometimes you do it for exploratory reasons. I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to sing in this way with a lot of, maybe a lot of vocal flips or yodels, or I'm going to sing in this way with a bit of a darker tone or a bit of a brighter tone and see how that feels. How does that sit in my voice? And so I would say that the best thing you can do when it comes to song practice or doing your own vocal practice at home and you're wanting to uncover your true voice is you can do some exploratory singing as part of your exercises. So, you have your basic vocal exercises that we've talked about on this show and that I've led you through some of these warm-ups. You've done them with me, some of you. If you haven't, you can go back and listen. I have a bunch and I will continue to share more. But you can, you start with your easy, light vocalizations like humming, lip trills. Those are called SOVTs or semi-occluded vocal tract exercises. Actually, humming is more occluded, but nonetheless, those are easy vocalizations. Oohs and ahs can be part of that. And then you get into your exercises, your specific technique exercises. Oh, you're going to do a song with riffing. You're going to do a certain type of exercises that help you with that vocal agility. Oh, you're going to be doing a song with lots of legato and long held notes. Maybe you do some long held note exercises. Oh, you're going to be working on a song with lots of belting. You're going to do some belting technique exercises, some mixing technique exercises, right? So that's when you do your technique work. But then what you can do is, before you get into actually working on the song that you're working on, try to do a little bit of improvisation, improv vocalizations, where you're just on an ooh or an ah or an oh, and you're doing some some vocal movements. See where your voice sits. Where is it most comfortable? Do you like it when you're soaring in the higher notes? Do you feel comfortable when you're down in like the lower, in your chest voice? What feels comfortable there? Which vowels are you singing on that feel comfortable for you? Start to notice as you're doing these vocalizations. I would say that would be helpful, because that's what I do. I just explore, like I just play. I have playtime sometimes when I'm singing where I'm like, I'm going to try it singing like this. I'm going to try it with a darker tone. I'm going to try it with these, make these vowels a little bit longer, or a little bit like, I'm going to shape them differently. And so playing around during your song practice time is also really helpful. And so I would say like there isn't a particular like, oh, do this vocal exercise to uncover your true voice per se. But I would say that improvising and exploring your voice while you're doing your song practice can be a really helpful thing to do to understand where you are most comfortable as a singer, like what feels really, really good in your voice. And that is why the number one thing that I say, if you want to get better, if you want to sing better, if you want to build confidence as a singer, the number one thing to do is to know your voice, which is building awareness of your voice. As you build that awareness of, ooh, how does this feel when I sing this note? Ooh, how did that feel when I held this note out in this way versus in this other way? How did that feel? How did that sound? Asking yourself those questions builds your awareness of your singing voice. And as you do that, you build your awareness, then you get to notice like, oh, this feels like me. This sounds like me. This feels right. And of course, having another person to hear you, having a coach, having a friend who can listen to you and give you feedback is always going to be so helpful. But you can also do this for yourself. You can record yourself and listen back. How did that sound? And how did it feel when I was singing that? Ask yourself these questions to build your awareness as well. And that's going to help you to really, really understand, like, this is my true sound. And honestly, it also comes with just accepting the fact that you have a different sound than someone else, and you're not going to sound the same as the other person's sounds. And that is okay. Accept that. And begin to love that, learn to love that. But you have to build awareness of your voice first. So I would say like, okay, you want to find and uncover your true voice. I know this was like a little bit all over the place, but I wanted to start with mainly like the main thing is in your voice practice time, make sure that you are making space to improvise a bit, to explore your voice. And even as you're working on your song, explore singing the song or singing a part of the song in a different way than you normally would. See how that feels. Right? And then the second thing I would say is to continue building awareness of your voice by asking yourself questions. How does this feel in my voice? How does this sound in my, like when I sing it in this way? Ask yourself those questions. Use recordings as a tool to further support yourself. And you're always welcome to come to the Facebook group as well. And you can post in there. On Fridays, we have like you can post and share like whatever you're working on and get feedback from me, and I can coach you a little bit in there for free. So, check it out. Come to the Facebook group. I'd love to connect with you over there, and you're always welcome to connect with me as well in the course as well. So thank you so much for listening. I hope you have an amazing day. Keep singing, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode and to this show. I'm so in awe of you for being here and showing up for your creative gifts. That takes courage. Don't forget to join the Performing Arts community on Facebook for support and inspiration as you continue on your journey. If this episode helped or inspired you in any way, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts and share it with someone. It means so much. Thank you again, and don't forget to keep singing, acting, dancing, performing, and living creatively. Talk to you next time.